Welcome to Computer Literacy and Mythology. Today we're learning about file management and introduction. A file manager or a file browser is a computer program that provides a user interface to work with file system or file systems. The most common operations used are create, open, edit, view, print, play, rename, move, copy, delete, attribute, properties, search, unfound, and permissions. Files are typically displayed in a hierarchy. Some of file managers contain features inspired by the web browser, including forward and back navigation buttons. Some file managers provide network connectivity in Windows. The program that does this is called Windows Explorer. A few tips. Though file management was just for paper files, think again. It's just as important to keep the files on your computer organized and up to date. Just as with paper files, the goal of computer file management is to ensure that you can find what you are looking for, even if you are looking for it years after its creation. These file management tips will help you keep your files accessible. Organize by file type. Make application easier to find by creating a folder called program files on your drives and keeping all your applications there. For instance, an executable for Word, PowerPoint, Simply Accounting, and WinZip would all reside in the program files folder. One place for all. Place all documents in my documents folder and nowhere else. So, where is a spreadsheet, a letter, or a PowerPoint presentation? It goes here. This will make it easier to find things and to run backups. Create folders in my documents. There are drawers of your computer's filing cabinet, so to speak. Use plain language to name your folders. You don't want to be looking at this list of folders in the future and wondering what the TFK or whatever other interesting abbreviation you inadvertently means. Nest folders within folders. Create other folders within these main folders as name arises. For instance, a folder called invoices might contain folder called 2004, 2005, 2006. A folder named for a client might include the folders customer data and correspondence. The goal is to have every file in a folder done having a bunch of orphan files listed, following the file naming convention. Do not use spaces in file names. Keep file name under 27 characters and use all lowercase. So a file name for a client should be junction rather than jack dozen. If you break any of these rules, be consistent about it. Be specific. Give file logic, specific names, and include dates in the file name if possible. The goal when naming files is to be able to tell what the file is about without having to open it and look. So if the document is a letter to a customer reminding him that the payment is overdue, call it something like overdue 081206 rather than something like letter. How will you know who the letter is to without opening it? See the next point. File as you go. The best time to file document is when you first create it. So get in the habit of using the Save As dialog box to file your document as well as name it, putting it in the right place in the first place. Order your files for your convenience. If there are folders or files that you use a lot, force them to the top of the file list by renaming them with A or an AA at the beginning of the file name. Call your files regularly. Sometimes what's old is obvious, and in the example of the folder named invoices above. If it's not, keep your folders uncluttered by clearing out the old file. Do not delete business related files unless you're absolutely certain that you will never need the file again. Instead, in your main collection of folders in my documents, create a folder called old or inactive, or move old files into and when you come across them. Back up your files regularly. Whether you are copying your files onto another drive or onto tape, it's important to set up and follow a regular backup regime regimen. The search function is a wonderful thing, but it will never match the ease of being able to go directly to a folder or file. If you follow these file management tips constantly, even if you don't know where the file, sometimes where something is, you know where it should be. A huge advantage when it comes to finding what you are looking for. A few things you should know: keyboard shortcuts like Control C copy, Control V paste, Control X cut, Control Z undo, Control P print, Control S save. File extension and association. See the next section. File size, kilobyte. The file size is normally visible in the detailed view of the Window Explorer. The meaning of certain words in computer terms: open, close, save, save as, succeed, maximize, minimize, hover, click, double click, shift click, control click, drag or drop, delete, cut, copy, and paste. The clipboard, the drives A, B, and map drive, how files are saved, fed, NT, FC, and fragmentation, defragmentation, file extension. Quiz: can you identify each of the extension and what program can be used to open it? Like .jpg, .pdf, .mpf, .f, lfv, .pubx, .x, lsx, .dot, .doc, .pptx, .ccdb, .gif, .tmp, .wmv, .zip, .raw, .temp. Window Explorer. To start Window Explorer, simply click My Computer, press the Windows key, and choose from the right side of the menu. If you cannot see the menu line, it can be activated, made visible by pressing the alternative key. You can use menu buttons to organize file sort for few files, copy files, delete files, map files, and much more. Just click on each menu item to see the option. Press the preview pane button and then see what it does. Create a directory structure, get organized. Remember the notes at the beginning. Write out your file structure. Create the structure in Windows Explorer. Note that the shortcuts keys below. Map any drive required. Create shortcuts. Popular, the directory window explorer shortcuts. Shortcuts keys. Press this key to do this. Control plus N. Open a new window. Control W. Close the current window. Control Shift N, create a new folder and display the button of the active window. Home, display the active, control period, rotate picture, and so on and so on. You can see them all here. Welcome.